I know I made a video about LeBron and Jordan debate. So this video is going to be a little bit different because this has to do with the problems between black men and black women. And I'm starting to see a lot of videos that men have been making ever since the pandemic about the way they're being treated by black women, or not just black women, just women, period. Because it's not just black men; it's also all nationality of men that are very upset at women because they say it's sort of like this feminine movement that's going on in America, which I keep on telling guys that the feminine movement didn't start in 2020. The feminine movement started in the start of the 90s, where women started to start making money and going out there and work. And from that point on, the woman had started their own movement to protest for independence and actually have rights like men. And I see that a lot of men are getting upset at women because they feel that women are changing from the traditional woman back from our grandmothers and our grandfathers were the type of, not just, you know, marrying each other and having children. It's just the man had the power over the woman. And this just out of marriage and especially religion, which I always say that religion is the real reason why men have power over women. And before our ancestors became slaves, they used to live in Africa and all across other parts of the world. But Africa, I'm going to use that for an example. In Africa, women of all kingdoms, which there were 15 kingdoms in Africa, women in Africa were treated a lot differently. And what I mean is women in Africa had a lot more power, really honestly equal power to their king. So if it was a queen, I say of Cush, or it was a queen of Egypt. Now you have a pharaoh that will run one part of a kingdom in another kingdom in Africa, and the queen would, run another part of a kingdom in Africa. But the thing was that their husbands trusted them as leaders of a country that, the male was actually the king of. And in all the ruling of the countries of Africa, of different kingdoms, women were treated just like equally to their kings. And not just that, women had a lot of power and making decisions for themselves, being governors, owning their own businesses, and being independent. And that all changed during not just the Europeans, the Jewish, the Muslims, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans. All of them have changed their laws for the woman to actually have no power, to have no independence, to have no rights. And this is the reason why I'm trying to figure out why men in today's generation, or even in my generation, why do we still hold on to trying to figure out why women are not letting men have their way, or why women are not being submissive. And I keep on telling men, women have learned a lot about power that they used to have. A lot of women are learning about the women in Africa and the powers that women had in Africa. They learned about their ancestors and how their ancestors of the past had a lot of power. And you gotta look at it that us as men, we're supposed to treat our women equally. That's what we should really supposed to do. Black men are actually supposed to treat their black women equally. But like I said, it's religion, it's the Europeans, and many other cultures that actually treat their women like trash. So men are saying, well, only thing I want is a cooked meal, and I want my woman to be submissive. But like I always say, y'all have mothers. I just never understand why men always forget that they had a mother and a grandmother. Now, y'all grandmothers are probably going to be the only ones to probably tell you that you need to get a woman to take care of you. But your mother will tell you the opposite. You need a woman that's going to be equal to you, make money with, build a foundation with, get a white picket fence with. That's what your mother would say. Your grandma is more traditional. She's going to want you to get that woman that's going to take care of you, take care of the house, and take care of the kids, and make sure you have your dinner ready, the house clean, and also have your paper and slippers and pipe ready. That was during the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And dumb laws of that time, I believe men really want back. And I think it's wrong that we're doing this to women, that women that actually fought for their rights for almost 100 and something years to get where they are today. And it's not just about being independent. I think women always wanted to be independent. Women have always been independent ever since they were kids. Women are most likely to be more independent than boys would, because us guys, when we're born and we get like little boys, we always want to be around our mother. We always want to have somebody to be around us. We always want to have friends. We always want to have somebody to wrestle with, or somebody to be around us to comfort us when we cry. Because us boys, we always cry when we were little. Girls are different. Girls are more independent. They learn a lot more and they mature much faster. And us men, we don't think that way. We think that we mature more than women, and we don't. It takes us a long time to mature. Women mature probably around the age of 5 or 6 years old, or probably 8 or 9. And they're already thinking ahead. Us boys are still playing with Tonka trucks and He-Man and G.I. Joes. Are still playing video games. To this very day, you see a lot of young men playing video games. And you see a lot of women out there trying to get money. See, it's a difference. But us men are so jealous of what women have now that we used to have, and we feel that's all being taken away from us because of the woman. It has nothing to do with that. Women are taking the opportunities of getting money, getting all this stuff that men had in the past that we never took advantage of. And we complain about what they're doing. And men say, well, why are you defending women? I'm not defending women. I'm just seeing the truth about what women are doing. And men are not. We're sitting up here complaining every day about why the woman's not cooking, why she's not cleaning, why she's not being submissive, why she's not doing all these things. But we had a mother that tried to teach us the same values of taking care of ourselves and our family when we don't have a woman in our life. Like cook, clean, wash dishes, and do everything else when we are by ourselves. Because men always are not going to have a girlfriend or a wife. A man is going to have to take care of himself, unless he's running back to his mom and his grandma because he wants her to take care of him, or to feed him, or cook and clean and wash his dishes for him, or do his laundry. So that's the reason why women are getting fed up with men, because they see that they have mothers that raise them and raise them by themselves. And some of these women, they watch, cook, clean, do dishes, do laundry, and they help their mother all the time because their mother's going to make sure they help them when they're doing chores. And men never take that and do it on the outside, like do it in real life as they get older. They still depend on women to be their mothers. And that's actually fucking true. Men are still looking for their moms. When I hear a man say, I want a woman to be submissive, is it that you want the woman to be submissive? Because a woman and a man are not going to have intimacy all the fucking time. And a man ain't going to sit there and say he wants sex every 24 hours. Because if you're going to get it from a woman that actually likes sex, men back off of that woman that really wants to have sex all the time. So I don't get this, yeah, I want a woman that's going to give me sex every night when I want it. Are you serious? Half the time, when a woman wants sex, a man will push the woman away and say, I'm tired. So I don't get all that, and that's why I don't believe that men really actually is sitting there talking about that's the only thing they want, is a submissive woman. But men are talking about a woman that can cook and clean. So how do you take care of yourself? Like, how does a grown-ass man take care of himself? If he is living on his own, he's coming home from work, he comes in the house, he has to go and wash his clothes because he don't have a woman to do it. His mom might not be around in the same state or the same city, or his mother passed away, or grandma's not around. So how are you going to take care of yourself? You ain't going to go to your sister's house because your sister ain't going to do it for you. You ain't going to go to your cousin's house that are female because they're going to look at you like you need to do shit on your own. So what would you do if you had your own house, your own car, your own way to come home. You're not in a relationship. You come home and you know your house is junky and you know you need to cook, but you're sitting up there ordering from McDonald's, ordering from Popeyes, ordering from Pizza Hut, and you're getting fat. But you are sitting there saying, I want a good meal. I'm going to get a woman just because I want a good meal. And a woman walk in your house and they see your house all destroyed. Do you think that woman finds that man attractive? Some women like a man that could cook. Some women like a man that keeps his house clean and keeps his room clean and keeps his stuff organized. A woman like a nigga with a nice car. I see men take care of their cars more than they take care of their own fucking house. I mean, I see men take care of their car more than they will take care of their own fucking child and their own fucking woman. So it doesn't make a difference what a woman brings to the table, because men are still going to be unhappy. Because she's not going to do what you want her to do. Every woman's not going to do what a man wants them to do. And you're not going to find a woman that's traditional anymore. Women can talk about that bullshit being traditional, because women will really get bored with being traditional and they'll fucking walk away. And this is not the same women that our grandmothers were back in the 60s and back in the 40s and the 50s, where they actually were traditional women. These women aren't traditional women. These women won't fucking do things for long for you. For real. Men think they want these, they go to other countries. These women in other countries, they are taught when they come out the womb to take care of a man. That's the reason why they're so good for you, to you. And they also know you got money. Don't think another woman's going to go, you're going to go to another country and them women that really don't have no motherfucking money, they're poor and they're looking for a husband. You don't think they're going to come and take care of you? Yes, they would, because they know you got money and you got something that you will help take care of them. And then once they earn their own, once they start stacking up your money, they're going to do like any traditional woman in the United States. They're going to get up and fucking leave you for somebody to fuck else. A man really think a woman's not going to leave him just because he found this traditional woman in Brazil, or this traditional woman in South America, or this traditional woman in Thailand, or this traditional woman in fucking Europe. You think them women are not looking at you as a bank account like women in America. Women in America probably look at a man as a bank account. But women in other countries do the same fucking thing. It's not going to change. Just because a woman say, oh, let me wipe your face with, oh, you got crumbs on your face. Oh, you want me to wash your shirt for you? They're doing that shit because they know you got money in your pocket. They know you're a foreigner. They're trying to get out of that fucking country and trying to get into this country. And they're trying to live off you for a little bit. And then they will take your money and they will fucking leave you. It has nothing to do with a traditional woman in America or out of the country. It doesn't matter. Women are going to actually take advantage of what they can take. Just because you see a beautiful woman with a nice body and she's telling you how much she will do things for you, and she see how you dress, what you drive, and you know you got money to go to different countries all over the world. She think she's not gonna take advantage of that shit? She gonna pretend like, yeah, I could cook, clean, and these women could probably do that, but they were taught by their mothers whenever they meet a man that's a foreigner to make sure they know how to take care of that man to get that butter, get that bread. That's what they're taught in every single fucking country. And men talk, black men like, I'm going to go to Mexico. I'm going to go to Brazil. I said, go ahead, go to the fucking countries and bring back the fucking women and see what they're going to do like them American women do. See, one thing about American women, they're not going to be just like them, because number one, they don't need to use you to stay in this country. They do. They use you to get to this country. So I don't understand this traditional man shit. Or this is a woman. I just don't understand it. Men still are having problems with themselves, not the woman. The woman is going to be what she is raised. It's her environment. It's what she's been through. It's gonna show what she's gonna be to you, because a man can say that I want a traditional woman. Women out there are traditional women. You just gotta find them. You don't know every single female in the United States. You don't know what every single female does in the United States. There's women out there that are good women. There's some women out there, traditional women, and there's some damn women out there that are independent and they're making their money and they don't give a fuck about a man. And there's other women that are out there making money and they do want a man. And they want to take care of their man. But men got to stop talking about like it's not them women don't exist. Cause they do. Cause I've been with them type of women that had money, had a job, had a car, and they were looking for love. And they will take care of you to help build you up. But the thing is, they want to see you succeed too. But there's women out there. But these men talk about, oh my, because of the women you deal with, you're going to deal with the same women you always dealt with all your life because that's what you're chasing. You're chasing these women with these nice ass bodies. All this makeup. All this weave. And you're going to get them type of women that's going to want money. But you get these women that actually is sitting there taking care of themselves. Even if they wear a weave, even if they wear makeup, they are taking care of the responsibility of taking care of themselves and their children and their family. They will bring you in their life and they will love you equally like you will love them. But some women out there don't want to be taking care of no grown-ass man. It's just point blank. And it's not even about cooking and cleaning. Women want to see a man cook too. What do you think? A woman not going to sit there one day, she come home from work, she going to want to see you cook? Sometimes women find that fucking sexy that a man could cook. That a man keeps his house clean. I mean, that's the way it goes. Because you got your house junky, you want her to come in there and clean your fucking house. The fuck? That's why it's your house. It's not hers. She don't come in your house and start cleaning your shit, and it's not her home. She's not living there. She's not going to take care of your crib. You're going to take care of your crib. She's coming over there, so damn, you got to clean this fucking house. Oh, you're going to do that? Fuck no. Why would you ask a woman to clean your house that you barely fucking know? And then you want to get, some woman's going to get smart with you. This is why I have my problems with black men. We need to stop this shit. You're gonna find the woman. If you're gonna find a woman that you want to be with, take your fucking time. You don't even gotta be in a relationship. You could be single, mingle. Then maybe one day you'll find somebody that might be that traditional woman that might come into your life and surprise you by doing things for you. Like cleaning the house, washing dishes, doing little things for you that you never had a woman do for you. See, men, y'all search for this shit. Y'all be searching for these women that really, honestly, I believe don't exist. They exist only if you keep looking. You go and search for these motherfuckers, they're not going to exist. If you just sit and chill and they gonna come to you, then you'll find that woman that's traditional. That was taught by her grandmother or her mother or her aunt how to take care of a man. You know what I mean? But she has her own value and her independence. She loves her independence. She loves making money. She loves to work. Why do black men want to keep women from working? Why do black men want to keep women from being independent? Men up there talking about feminist movement and all that bullshit, but they've been fighting for this for years. It didn't start in 2020. They've been doing this for years. And a lot of times, a lot of women's rights were actually told no to. So they had to keep on fighting. They've been doing it for over 100 and something years. From voting to actually making money and start getting into the workforce, getting in college to do trades. They wouldn't even allow women to do trades. They wouldn't let women into the military. They wouldn't let women in the police force. They wouldn't let women do a lot of shit. They wouldn't let them in the Navy, the Army, any type of the Coast Guard. None of that shit. They didn't let women be welders. They didn't let women be mechanics. They wouldn't let women do anything that men was doing. They let women go and type on typewriters and be secretaries and sit there and be nurses and be babysitters. That's it. Do childcare. That's it. And answering phones. That's all they did. Now women are doing things that they couldn't do. And men still can't let them do what they want to do. They have rights like we have rights. They didn't have any fucking rights. In a lot of countries, women don't have no rights in other countries, dog. They don't have none. Women in other countries are still fighting for their rights. Women in fucking China don't have no rights. Women in Korea don't have rights. Women in fucking Iran, Iraq, half of the Muslim countries don't have any rights. And men are bitching. And women bitch too. And I still don't understand why women are bitching. Y'all got more than all these women around in the world don't have. And even in Africa, basically, women don't even have rights. But these motherfuckers be bitching. Like, men, why are you bitching? Won't you, if you really want a woman that's traditional, leave this country and go over there and live in them country. I bet you anything you'd be back in this country with a snap of a finger. Because them men over there will kick your ass out of this country. Kick you out their country. Because they don't want you fucking with their women. No other country wants you fucking with their women. So it's just driving me crazy because every time I go on these websites or look at YouTube, all I hear is men complaining. All I hear is women complaining. For what? What are y'all complaining for? Women got rights. Men got rights. Women want to be treated equal. Men don't want to treat women equal. They don't want to treat women equal. They think women are trash. And women are thinking men are trash because they always believe men are broke. But they won't go to another country where the men over there in them other countries, you think them people over there that are rich in them other countries will actually fuck you and throw you away like garbage. At least in America, you can lead a dude and you can get money from the dude. You can't do that in other countries. So you got a lot of rights here. And we don't take advantage of the rights we have anyway in this country anyway. We don't take the rights that we have here, which they're taking them away from us. So basically, we have all these rights here right today, and we're complaining about it. What women ain't doing and what men ain't doing. Who gives a fuck? If you just be single, don't get married, don't have a girlfriend, don't have a baby mama, just be single. Be by yourself. That's all. Don't have a husband. Don't have a boyfriend. Just be by yourself. If everything you complain about the woman and the woman's complaining about the man, be by yourself. That'll make you more happier than you being miserable. Like, I see a lot of miserable motherfuckers out there that are in relationships or they're unhappy in their relationship just because their woman or their man's not doing what they want them to do. Why the fuck are y'all together in the first place? Just because you get a little piece of pussy, a little bit of penis, oh, wow, now I'm happy. But 5 years later, oh, okay, I need to get a divorce. I can't stand her. I can't stand him. He don't have no money. Oh, she's not submissive. What's the point of y'all getting married? What was the actual point? Like, what is it? Like, you gotta have a point to be married. You have to have a point. You just can't just throw rings on and say, I'ma love you. And knowing love, it can be, you can tell anybody they love them. You can tell anybody you can say I love you to anyone. So why, that's not the only reason why you marry somebody. Love is not the only reason. Because it's more to marriage than love. And these motherfuckers are saying I love you when they first meet up with each other. And next thing you know, they're in marriage and then they get divorced 3 years later. You're not happy with yourself. Don't get married or don't be in a relationship. I learned that myself. I wasn't happy with myself. I was making everybody else miserable. So I left people alone and now I'm single. And I'm happier with myself now being single. Because I don't have to put myself and that person through misery. And you work on yourself. That's all you would do. Instead of complaining about what women are doing and what women are not doing, work on yourself. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's not the woman. Maybe it's you that's fucking causing all the problems for yourself to make you hate other women. Maybe it's social media throwing out these fake narratives about what women are doing to men. And you think it's every woman that's out there doing all these things because the women are doing it to you. So you start blaming every other woman for everything that's going on with you because one woman fucked your whole life up. A woman tore you down, took your money out your pocket and spent it on another nigga. And you're mad at her. So once you're mad at her, you're mad at the world of females. So every single female in the United States act like the one female that treated you like shit. But what you do, you break up with her and you end up with the same female that you just broke up with. And you're just going to be a domino effect because that's the only women that you are used to being around. The big booty, weaved up, don't know what she's talking about, loudmouth female. But you're just going to say, there's no good females out there. So why are you with that loud bitch? You're loud with her, but all these other women are trying to come at you and tell you, like, listen, I like you, but you're turning them away. See, it's the things that we choose. We don't know. This is the reason why I said we'll never, ever find our true love. Because we don't know how to choose our true love. Because we don't know how to choose people. We only go by off of looks. We go by off of money. We go off of where that person's going in the future. That's all we look for. We don't look for just value in that person who's going to be with me for the rest of my life. And I'm going to see it that I'm going to be with that person for the rest of my life. I'm going to be with that person for 30 to 40 to 50 years. I'll be celebrating my 50th anniversary with that woman or my 75th anniversary with that woman. No, that never fucking happens. Not now, not ever. Like it used to happen back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s where people actually stayed in a relationship for like literally 60 years or 70 years. It's not like that in this generation. It's not. Relationships are broken. There's too much complaining. It's too much fighting. It's too much over money. It's too much over children. It's too much over sex. And that ruins the relationship. It's them three things. Especially also trust. I don't believe people love each other because love is a word that doesn't last long. It actually dies out. You gotta be with a person more than just love, dog. Because you gotta end up having something once y'all break up. Because if you have children or you have finances in a relationship, you gotta have more than something beyond just I love you. And anybody, like I said, anybody could tell somebody that they love somebody. I tell my daughter, I tell my sister, I tell everyone I love them. But a person that's right there that I barely know, and only knew for a couple of months or a couple of years, how can I really tell that person I love them? But I don't even know barely anything about them. I'm still learning, like your daughter and your son. When they come out the womb, you're just knowing your child. Your child's still going to get to know you. And as the years go on, you're still going to have to learn more about your child. Your child's still going to have to learn more about you as a father or a mother. And even when your child gets 20-something years old and you are in your 50s, you're still learning more about your child, and your daughter or son is still learning more about you. And you could be 99 years old and your daughter could be 60 years old. You're still learning about your daughter even more. You're still learning more about your daughter. Or you're still learning more about your son. Your child is still learning more about you. That's part of relationships. It's the same fucking thing. You're learning about each other every fucking day. This is how people start a bond. That's why I said friendship is stronger than relationship. Because friendship lasts longer. And you can actually say, listen, we need time apart. Friendships always have, people are friends, it's easier for them to separate in order to get them back together again because they knew they had a great friendship before their relationship. So that's why it's easier for them to break up because it wasn't working. Then they got back together like 20 years later and they got married and they had kids and they fell in love because they knew that it might actually happen. Maybe not next year, maybe not 20 years. It might not happen at all, but y'all end up meeting up again at a bar or a club. Y'all say, yo, we go about good times. Then y'all fall in love again because y'all brought back the memories that really made y'all like each other. Next thing you know, you get married, have a couple of kids, and you're happy for the rest of your life. But people don't make friends first. I talked to my homie about that. He's like, you know what? That's the one thing people don't do. People don't make friends. People don't have friends. When do you ever see females talk about, yeah, that's my best friend over there. He's my ex, but that's my best friend. You don't hear that shit. Yeah, I still hang out with my ex. Yeah, we were homies before. Man, I knew that boy for 10 years. Yeah, we kissed, but I didn't like it. But we ended up meeting again. We hit it off. Now we're together. Like this movie that came out. I forgot what the movie calls. The Indian boy and some white girl. They were in love. They used to be friends in high school. And he tried to kiss her at one point. But they couldn't be together because he was Native American. So the girl's like, well, she's older now. She's like in her 70s. But she was like, listen, remember you tried to kiss me? She's like, no, you tried to kiss me. But they ended up being friends. But they broke apart after high school. But they end up meeting each other probably 50 years later. And they fell in love again. And they always reminisce about the things that happened in the past because they were never in a relationship with each other. Because they couldn't be in a relationship with each other. So they became best friends. And 50 years later, they seen each other again. And they reminisced. And they started to fall in love again. That is what I'm talking about. Friendship is more powerful than a relationship. It is. Because friendship is more likely, if you mad at each other, y'all can spend time away from each other. But when you're in a relationship, that motherfucker still stay in the next house or the next room as you. or in your bedroom with you, and you're mad at that motherfucker for a couple of weeks, a couple of days, and sometimes people don't give up being mad at somebody. People usually still are fucking. They just can't. They still be angry about something that happened 5 minutes, like 5 minutes ago, and keep on being mad about it. Because people never give up. You know, oh, I'm not going to give up. You're going to apologize. No, you're going to apologize. I'm not apologizing. You're going to apologize to me. You the one that yelled at me first. Then they going back and forth like what that, and then next thing you know, not talking to each other. She out there texting her girlfriend. My God, my husband's an asshole. And all that. Texting his mom. Texting his mom. Mom, man, can I go and stay with you? Because, you know, she's fucking arguing with me for no reason. So you got this back and forth of hatred going to each other. See, that's the way friendships can just go and walk away from each other. You know, they mad at each other. They don't talk for a couple of weeks. Next thing you know, they call each other. What's up, nigga? Yo, what's up, man? Let me see what you doing later. You about to go to the club. You coming with me? Or a girl be like, yo, how you doing, baby? I'm sorry when I said something about last week. You know what I mean? I apologize. Oh, don't worry about that. I got that out of my system. Yo, you want to go with me? Want to go to the bar? Yeah, let's go to the bar. Bang, they're going to the bar. Chilling. Because they squashed it. They're not mad at each other no more. Relationships are way different. People hold grudges for a very long time sometimes. And it's fucking childish. Because I used to do that shit. I used to get mad at my girl, and she get mad at me. We don't talk. We're in the same fucking house. And she's not talking to me. I'm rolling over. Don't touch me. I'm like, no, don't leave me alone. Go downstairs. And you upset downstairs by yourself. You like, God damn, is that serious? Yes. Sometimes it's get that serious that they get mad and they won't talk to you. That's why I said friendship is much better. But that's just my opinion. This is the reason why I think a lot of men today don't know how to hold, or even people relate, period, don't know how to keep a relationship. That's why I said relationships are not what it was before. Because it's like a social media based and it's watered down. And it's financially. It's not love anymore. Love is not what you did. It's not love like your family. You love your family. You know your family's always going to be there for you regardless of any shit go down. That's family. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to they're going to leave your ass to save their mom. They ain't going to worry about you being burnt down in the fucking house. They're going to save their mom. They're going to save their brother. They're going to save the people that they love. They don't give a fuck if you burning in that house. You're not important. You're important, but you're not more important than their mom. They're going to jump in the house and get their mom before they get you. Or they're going to jump in the house to save their dog and their cat before they save you. That's just facts. And I'm not saying there's nobody out there that don't love nobody. It's people out there that love each other like a motherfucker. But the way men are acting towards women, it's making other men agree with them. And it's making women like, damn, there's no men out here. Because men are following each other and complaining just like females. Men are starting to act just like females. We're starting to do everything that females have done to men. Women complain about men, talking about they don't have no money, blah, 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 no job, this, that. I want a man with a car. And then men be up there like, damn, bitch, you up there got no. And then next thing you know, the man is doing the same thing. Man, women ain't submissive. Women ain't doing this. Women ain't cooking, cleaning. Now they say men were bitching about how women don't work. Now women are working, men are mad. Men are talking about how much women want sex all the time. Now women don't want sex that much. Now men are bitching that women don't give them sex. Like, how can a woman make a man happy? They can't, because men are unhappy. And women are unhappy too with themselves, because they don't even know how to make a man happy. I mean, they don't. And men don't know how to make a woman happy. It's not going to happen. We don't know how to make each other happy. That's why we're opposite. That's why we should always learn about each other before we jump into bed with each other or we fucking jump in a relationship with each other. Because at least we know if you're not the one for me, I can leave you alone and just become friends. We can become homies. Or you can hook me up with one of your homegirls. Or I can hook you up with one of my homeboys. And if that doesn't work, we still interested in each other in a few years, we might get together and be in a relationship. But at least we know each other. At least we hung out each other. At least we got to know each other. And once we got to know each other, then we be like, yo, I'm happy that we got to know each other because I didn't like your ass at first. And at least I didn't like you either. And at least now you know that this is the right one for me because commitment is weird. You know what I mean? And you're not held down in relationships. I'm sick and tired of people think just because they're in a relationship, the person is held down. They can still do anything they fucking want. People can still, Listen, people say it's law, by the state, you're married. But by honestly, you can go out there and do anything you fucking want. You can. It's just facts. We choose not to do whatever we want. Because we choose not to want to hurt the person that we with. But we can still do whatever we fucking want. It's just a piece of paper. And no one, they can lock you the fuck up. I still don't understand that one. They can lock you up. Because before the marriage was ever commitment, men were doing far worse than they were when men started to have marriages during the before what I think it was like, I forgot what it was like, I think around the time of I forgot his name, I forgot the boy name, but the time of marriage started in it's not Jerusalem. What the fuck it started? It was a Hebrew started marriage. Everybody saying the Egyptians did it. Egyptians did not start marriage. It was the Hebrews and the Romans. And that was and marriage was implemented from the Romans into the Egyptian. So once marriage was created, men were in power. Men had power over women. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Women couldn't say shit out her mouth. Once she said I do, that's it. Signed, sealed, delivered. The man had control over her. And the children, and the finances, and the house, everything. So the man could do anything he want. He could beat the shit out of her, not get trouble. He can fucking go and have 12, 13 women in the room, have sex in front of his wife. She couldn't do nothing. You know what I mean? He had 15 other kids. She couldn't do nothing. You know what I mean? If he dies and didn't want to give the house to her and give it to the baby mom that he cheated on with, she couldn't do nothing about it. Because it's his rules. His law goes to him. I mean, if he wanted to stone her to death, because he thought in his mind that or somebody that didn't like her told him she cheated on him with one of her brothers, and he actually believes it, he don't need no trial. Because the husband was a trial jury. He was a judge and jury. He'll bring her out to a nice little area. They'll dig a nice little pit. The children will dig a nice little pit. Put her in the middle. The kids will walk around, look for rocks on the ground. Nice size rocks. And give it to all the men. And guess who the first one to cast the first stone? It's the husband. The husband will hit the wife first with a rock. And then all the other men will throw it. Only men can do it. Women could not do it. Only men were allowed to kill the woman. Not another woman. Facts. Look it up. These rules were implemented for women to fear the man, the husband. The woman could not do shit. She couldn't work. She couldn't read. She couldn't write. The only thing she could do is take care of the child, have food ready, and have the house clean before her husband stepped in that door. And if he didn't, he could beat the living hell out of her. He could do some violence to her and not get in trouble or locked up or taken to court for it. Because like I said, the laws were built for the man. This is why I'll never understand why women can't appreciate the man and why the man can't appreciate the woman. Really, why the woman can't appreciate the man. Because now your laws are different than it was back in them times. Now, if them laws be rechanged again, women will really be fucking protesting out there about why men are allowed to put their hands on us. Women already are bitching complaining about men, men are complaining about women beating on the man. You couldn't do that back then. You couldn't even touch a man. Because if you touch the man, you're dead. Period. It was no ifs, ands, or buts. And it was no judge is going to say, well, you need to stop doing it. It was no police coming around like, that's against the law, sir. No. Because the man had the right. Because in the fucking marriage contract, which I always believe marriage is a contract, he is allowed to have power over everything. Everything that she owns, he owns. Everything that she can't even talk to another man. She can't even have men around her. She's not allowed to speak amongst any man around her husband. She goes to have her head down when her husband has other men around. Or she's not allowed to be in the presence of her husband when he has company that is a male. She needs to be in the next room. Why do you think all through the 50s, 60s, they did that when women will leave the room and go into the next room and be in the kitchen to talk to the wife's husband, to the husband's wife, because they're not allowed to be in the same room as the husband when he has company. That's just the fucking real rules of fucking marriage. And y'all thinking that, oh my God, this is ridiculous what marriage is. No, it is not. No, it is not. It's far worse. It's not nowhere near what it was and probably 100 something years ago. And this is fucking up in Jerusalem. This was up in Europe. This was during the Dark Ages. This was during the Crusade. This is during when the Europeans was coming out of Europe into Africa and to Egypt all around and going into Americas and to the Caribbean. They were doing that shit when they first invaded the motherfucking United States. That's when they were still doing them same laws for women to actually not allowed to do anything around the men. Women were not even allowed at meetings. Women wasn't even allowed in the Congress building. Women wasn't even allowed around anywhere around the White House. Like, not the White House, but around politics. Women wasn't being allowed to be in politics. They wasn't allowed to read and write. They wasn't allowed to go to college. They were treated like shit. And this is my problem for today's generation, these videos and how they sit there. Like, y'all don't know the history of what women went through. And I'm not saying men didn't go through anything, because men had to go to war and they had to fight for the country and they end up dying. And the woman had to take on the responsibility to be the father and the mother. And also the woman had to work during wars. I understand that. But this is before all this shit. Because like I said before, women were not allowed to do nothing. The man had all the rights in the palm of his fucking hand. The woman had none. She had zero. A big zero. She couldn't drive cars. Women couldn't even drive cars. Women couldn't even get a credit card. Their husbands were only allowed to get the credit card. The woman couldn't go to a bank and ask for a credit card. They couldn't, because they wouldn't give a woman a credit card. They wouldn't even let a woman get a bank account. This is what I'm fucking talking about. Y'all don't understand what the way they treated women back then, dog. They treated women like trash. They couldn't use a checkbook. Nothing. They had to do by finances. The man were the ones that dealt with the finances. Women were not allowed to deal with any type of finances unless they were not married. If they had a husband, they were not allowed to do anything, because the man ran the financing. The man worked. The man did everything. So the woman just sat at home, looked pretty, and took care of the kids in the house and cooked. And women got sick and tired of that shit. Women wanted to have their own money because women like things. They like to buy shit. They love makeup. They love wigs. They love clothes. They love shoes. They wanted to have their own money. So women started to fight for their rights to work. Then women started getting jobs. So women said, since we're getting jobs, let's fight for our right to vote. Then women started fighting for voting. Then they got the right to vote. Then they said, let's start fighting for us to actually have equal jobs with men. Then they started fighting for that. Now they got equal jobs with men. This is the stuff they fought for over 100 and fucking something years. And women are still fucking unhappy. And men are still fucking unhappy. Like, what the fuck? We can't live together and love each other and care for each other instead of us fighting with each other and saying, oh, well, fuck women, fuck men. Let me deal with a woman. Oh, let me deal with a man. That's what we're going to now. Because the love of a relationship between a man and a woman is falling the fuck apart. That's why men are not getting married. That's why women are single. There's more single women now than there were before. Men are actually just saying, you know what, I'm sick of it. I want to be single. I'd rather be happy by myself. So women are like, okay, well, let me go to a woman. And you're seeing a lot of women going to marry women. Or men are marrying men. Because they can't find happiness into each other. So they're trying to find love somewhere. That's how it goes. And this is the reason why this country is falling the fuck apart. This is the reason why jobs are just falling apart, because really, honestly, why can't it be, it used to be families that used to have that vacation that they used to go out when the husband come home and work from work, then they go on a vacation for a whole week. Now, people coming home and they sit in the house all fucking day and don't go nowhere. And it's not because of the pandemic. This happened way before the pandemic. People were just getting out of relationships with a snap of a finger. People were just breaking up and not being with each other and fighting and arguing and doing all this other kind of stuff. Jealous of each other. Nobody trusts each other. People going around cheating on each other. You know what I mean? Bringing babies that to their homes and bringing baby moms that they never met, or women that they never met before. Women out there going out there cheating on men because their boyfriend not spending so much money on them. Or women are just unhappy because the man is not giving them attention, so they go on social media, be on social media all fucking day, trying to get attention from men on social media, guys that live in other parts of the world that never been to, or talking to men that are not even really men. They got all these bots and, you know, fake people being on social media, but they want attention so bad that they need it from someone, so they go on social media to get that attention. And their husbands are mad because now they're on social media all the time and they're not getting that same attention they gave before they got married. That's why I said love is the worst word to use, because love is spelled evil backwards. And love is spelled devil backwards. So everybody talking about, it's not my fault. It's her fault. No, it's not my fault. His fault. It's both of y'all fault. Y'all both unfucking happy. You haven't fixed yourself. You haven't fixed yourself. You haven't loved yourself. You don't love yourself. So both of y'all are fighting because y'all don't like each other. You don't like yourselves, not because y'all don't like each other. Y'all don't like each other. Y'all don't like yourselves. Because that's what the problem is. People don't build up themselves first to love themselves and feel like now I got enough to actually, if I break up with somebody, I won't be hurt. Because people get hurt when they break up. And it's hard to fix their heart. And then once they get into this position of being alone, they don't want to be alone. They want to search for somebody that's going to love them. So they're actually racing to find somebody. Because they don't like that loneliness. I've been through that shit. But I have learned being alone is better than being with somebody that's going to make you fucking unhappy. Who wants to be unhappy with somebody? And that person don't want to be unhappy with you neither. Two unhappy people are not going to get along. I don't give a fuck. You pretend that you love that person. Your love for that person, you won't know how long that love is going to last. You never know. That's why people try their best to not argue in relationships and fight with each other in relationships. People try their best to not want to they try their best to not to trust that person, even though it's hard for them because they've been through some fucked up relationships and it's hard for them to trust, but they're trying. But it's still in the back of their mind, they're thinking like, damn, where that motherfucker at? But that's the way we are built, because we've been hurt so much. We don't know. We're trying our best to pretend like that person loves us, knowing that we really don't know that person loves us, because we don't know what that person is doing. Regardless if we think they're doing right, we don't know. We're not with them 24 hours the fucking day. We're not sitting there over top of them, hovering over them. We're not on their phones. We're not checking there's people out there. My daughter, mom, and her boyfriend, they go through this little big checking each other phone bullshit. And I'm like, that's childish. Y'all checking each other phone is childish. I swear. Leaving your phone around people just because you want them to believe that you're faithful is the most babyest fucking thing I ever seen in my life. That means you don't trust them. If their phone is laying around, that means you don't trust them. Trust is you not thinking about them doing anything. You're going about your day. You're coming home. And that's trust. You're not worried about them doing what they're doing. They go somewhere, okay, they're there. You know what I mean? Even if they call you, where are you at? I hear somebody in the background. Who that? Yo, I don't believe you. I know you cheating on me. I know you got your ex over there. Like, it's a waste of fucking time to me. And I've been through that. And I want other people to go through that. Even my homies tell me, man, you need to be in a relationship, man. You need to be happy. What the fuck you talking about? I'm 49 years old. I've been in a relationship ever since I was 15. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, come on. I've been with every single nationality. I've been with all different types of personality. I've been with all types of women that had money, women that were broke, women that were fat, women that were skinny, plus like middle size, whatever you can call it. I was with all types of women. It doesn't matter. who you with. You still have to learn how to love yourself first. I was young, and as I got older, I still did not love myself. That's the reason why I had problems with relationships, because I was always jealous all the time. I'm always thinking that person's going to cheat on me or fall out of love with me, and they did. And honestly, I look back at it, I think I deserved that shit. I deserve to be unhappy, because what I put them through, why wouldn't I deserve to be unhappy? But I learned to say, you know what? The only person that really can make me happy is me. The only person I got is me. Because when I die, they're going to be at my funeral. But I'm going to be the only one in the fucking ground. And they're going to end up leaving and go back to their lives. And I'll be still on the ground. And my spirit probably roaming around somewhere. So they're going to go back to their lives. So I don't understand. Like, people got to love themselves and put themselves first sometimes, because you need yourself. You got to be happy with yourself. You got to build yourself up. All that all that tattoo tears that you had in your past, you need to get rid of that shit. Them broken hearts, you need to fix your heart and mend your heart back together, because you know your heart is easily to break. Because every time you get in a relationship, you feel that you're going to end up back in the same situation you were when your last girlfriend or last boyfriend. Because everybody's going to believe that you're just like their ex. Oh, you're just like my ex. Oh, you act like a bitch, just like my ex. Like, that's the way it goes. People really believe sometimes that you act just like their ex sometimes. When you do little things, they'll bring up their ex. And you be mad as shit. Like, why are you bringing him up for? I'm bringing her up for. I'm not them. Yeah, you act like them. You doing some little shicey shit just like him or just like her. Like, I'm like, fuck it. Let me love myself. You know what I mean? Because you know what? When I get into a relationship, I know that I'm not going to care if I'm on that urge of breaking up. Because I know that, all right, I got myself. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I can't get into relationships, because women see, the first thing I say on my profile is, first thing, I love myself. And they just like, look at me like, oh shit, this motherfucker. Because no, I'm not going to have that, like, that advantage shit, take control of me shit. No, man. No, I'd rather be by myself and be happy with myself, because I have a daughter. So, I mean, my daughter is still young. She's 18, going on 19. Still, I'm still happy that I have a child, and that is my salvation. That is my love. That's my heart. And that's the reason why my daughter's happy. As long as my daughter's happy, I'm happy. It ain't have to be me. I don't have to be. I can be miserable as shit as long as my daughter's happy. I mean, that's all that matters to me. No woman's going to make me more happier than my child. None. Zero. I mean, I drop everything for my daughter. I mean, it ain't gonna be no woman. I'm dropping anything for a woman, because if she's just my woman, that's all she's gonna be, because my daughter is my child. She's an image and part of me. She's my sperm. That's what she is. So that's what I'm fucking gonna love more. And that's not gonna stop me. And people say that's selfish. It's not selfish. It's not. I think people should love their children and stop trying to push their children aside for love. Because your children never gets that fucking love and appreciation like you will do to somebody else. Why are you gonna give that person all your love and you barely gave your child any love? I don't get these people that be roaming around with these guys and loving these dudes, and their children don't even get that equal love that they're giving these motherfucking dudes. Give that motherfucking child your love. That's why if I be in a relationship with a woman, I'm gonna make sure she loves her child. And if you don't love your child, I'm leaving. I always tell women, I love a woman that's family oriented, that has children, that love their children, that put their children first and not their man. And once I've been in a relationship with you, I'm going to respect you a lot more when you taking care of your responsibility as a mother. Because that is your responsibility, to take care of your children and to love your children. Your man is going to be there or out of your life. Your children are going to be with you forever. Like I always tell people, family is always going to be there. People are going to leave your life. Your family is always going to be there. That's the truth. If your family hates you or not, they're always going to fucking be there and ask for you and see where the fuck you are and see if you're okay. They're the ones that do that every day. Or every time they get a chance to. Not somebody that's with you. They'll leave you and don't even fuck with you no more. They don't even give a fuck about your life anymore. That's just fucking real. And I'm saying this to the people that are out there that just sitting up there complaining about fucking relationships. Love your fucking self. If you feel the relationship is not what you want, get out that relationship. Stop trying to make people happy. Make yourself happy first. Smile every motherfucking day. Be happy that you're alive. Be happy that you don't have 13, 14 fucking kids. Be happy that you're not homeless. Thank yourself for having a great family and some friends. That's what you should be thankful about. You know what I mean? Thankful that you live in another fucking day. Because those are the days that you have that you don't get back. It's the days that you miss out on yourself. And people don't realize that they miss a lot about themselves during their life because they're trying to make everybody else fucking happy. You can't make nobody else happy unless you make yourself happy. Until you fix yourself first to order to make that person see, like, damn, I could be with this person for the rest of their life. Because they're not going to fucking be selfish. And they're not going to sit there and fight with me all the time and get mad over the little dumb as shit. And they trust me. Because people out there don't want to fight. People don't want to argue. People want to come home. They want to chill. Be up under their boo. Or their husband. Or their girlfriend. Whatever. And chill. Watch some Netflix. Watch some YouTube. Watch some videos. Kiss. Cuddle. Hug. Fall asleep in each other's arms. You know what I mean? Have the kids in their lap. Talk to the kids. Laugh. Joke. That's what they want to fucking do. They don't want to come home to be arguing and fighting and cussing and yelling and all that bullshit. Who wants to go through that? I've been through that for a long period of time, having these bitches and us, and sorry for using that word, so I should never use that word, but arguing with females arguing with me, and I'm miserable, and they're having a good day, but I made them miserable. Now they're mad at me, and they don't want nothing to do with me no more. Who wants that? Who wants a miserable person in their life? Like, who wants that? And men talking about, well, women talk too much. Well, men are the ones that don't do enough talking. You should do some talking. Maybe she won't talk. If you start talking, she'll keep her mouth shut. Because if you have something to say, she probably won't have to talk over you. Because some women won't talk over a man that's talking. But if you're not saying nothing, she's going to talk. Now, arguments are different. Women want to win the fight. So let them win. Because you're never going to beat a woman in an argument. Let them win. Let them talk. Let them have the stage. And just sit there and listen. And she's probably going to get mad because you're not going to go back. Because women sometimes like confrontation. So just sit there and just listen. She'll stop talking. Because she'll be mad at you for not coming back at her. And then she'll walk the fuck away. Then you'll be like, okay, cool, she's gone. Turn the TV on and you sit there and watch TV. That's it. I had to learn these things, man. I hate it. I used to argue with people and I used to always try to win the fight. And I said, I gotta stop arguing with women, dog. I'm never going to win an argument with a woman. Never. I won't even probably win an argument with my own daughter. You can't win a fight with a woman. No man can win a fight with a woman. The things you do is keep your fucking mouth shut. That's it. And you just chill and you just relax. Let her talk. If she's yelling at you, let her scream her voice out. Let her lose her voice. That's her fault. Then you just sit back and you relax and she'll walk away. Mad at you, stomping up the steps. And she'll go and lock the door. You sit back, relax, turn the TV on and sit there and say, all right. And that means that you won. Because then she'll understand, like, damn, I'm sorry. She'll probably come back and apologize. Baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start yelling at you. I apologize. Then y'all probably can start having a mutual conversation again when she started yelling at you. Because you have to men just don't like it because men don't have the voice to compete with the woman. That's the reason why men are mad when women yell. Oh, they yell too much because we can't compete with that. That's why we can't, like, it's like we on Street Fighter and we both fighting and we're fighting a woman that's yelling and hollering. You know, I'm gonna lose all the fucking time because women are gonna win that fight. When a woman starts screaming, you know you need to go run and hide somewhere because you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win an argument with a woman. You need to just chill. Let her lose her voice. Now she put her hands on you. If she put her hands on you, that's different. But she's just talking to you, yelling at you. At least she respects that you're allowing her to get her anger out. Because sometimes women just need to yell. because they're angry about something that's going on with them. And sometimes men don't want to talk to their woman. They'll sit there and watch their woman cry and tell them to toughen it up. Like, women need guidance from a man, like a daughter need guidance from her husband. I mean, from her father. A father got to give his daughter guidance, and he got to talk to his daughter about things that's going on in life for her to be prepared for when she's dealing with men. Women need that from their man to understand about them. If a woman don't know nothing about you, she's going to attack you when she finds out things about your past. Women like bringing up shit about what you have done in your past. They love to talk about that shit. They love to talk about everything that you did in your past. They don't forget shit. Women don't forget anything. They'll talk about shit that happened 30 years ago. You like, how the fuck do you know that? Don't worry about it. Yeah, like, goddamn, like, how did she know what I fucking done 30 years ago? Because women don't fucking forget. Women go after finding things about their man. They go through encyclopedias. They go through friends. They go through phones. They go through the mother, the father. They'll ask questions about the person they're about to be with so they can have ammo. Once they argue with them, they'll have ammo on them. Women is great at that. That's why you never, ever argue back. Because they will bring up shit that you forgot all about. And she's like, God damn. And they shut you the fuck up too when they bring that shit up. You remember what you did 15 years ago? Oh, man, why she... And you got nothing the fuck to say. And the argument's over. Because she won. Because now you mad. Now you got an attitude. Now you sitting up here stomping around with a temper. And she up there laughing at you. Look, making you feel like a little bitch. Because that's what they do. They know how to win. And men just need to stop arguing and be single, be by your fucking self, and be happy with yourself, and learn how to love yourself. Dedicate shit for yourself. That's what you need to do. Take your soul and clean it. Because your soul is still hung on your past. And sometimes you need to get rid of that fucking trash that you've been carrying around you for years. You need to get rid of it. It's time to clean yourself with all that trash around you from your past. And just start learning about what's going on in your future. And say, okay, I'm going to be happy with myself. I'm going to make sure that I'll never be miserable. Because you live a short life. You don't live for fucking ever. You could die today or tomorrow. You could die a second from now. An hour from now. 2 hours from now. You could die. Heart attack, stroke. Anything that can kill you. Unexpectedly. You got to enjoy life of every single second. Because you might not have a second. Or a minute. Or an hour. Or 2 hours. Or 3 hours. You don't know what's going to happen to you from now until then. So you got to enjoy every single chance that you have of life. Because people don't enjoy their lives. They're miserable. I was miserable as shit. That's why I was trying to hurt myself and end myself, because I was miserable. And I was trying to make everybody else fucking miserable with me because I was miserable. So I had to learn, like, I can't do that no more. It's time for me to learn about life and what's beyond this continent. To start having a hobby. My hobby is learning history. I love history. I love learning about the past. I love African history. I love anything that has to do with history. I love it. And that keeps me busy because my mind is so wild because of my health issues. And I'm thinking like, damn, man, I got this heart issue that's coming into probably getting worse. I need to start enjoying my life and being more happy with myself. Stop arguing. Stop being mad. Stop being upset. Be more vocal. Start talking to the world about things that's going on in life. And have a voice. Because my voice can only be heard if I express it on social media. That's the only way people can hear me. So I'm trying to enjoy it while I can. Because I had a miserable, I'm not going to say my life was miserable because I don't regret anything in my life. That's why I say I'd never regret my life. I can't regret it. I'm here. I'm happy. I did what I did. I have to let it go. I did my bad shit. I did my worst shit, terrible shit. I have to let it go. That's the past. I got to move on. It's only that people that hang on the past is the ones that are miserable. I don't hang on the past no more. It's over with. It's done. That's why I don't have no regrets. If I would die tomorrow, I'd be fucking happy. Because I know that I don't have no regrets of the way I did my life. Hey, it happened. It happened. What can I do about it? I can't go back and change it. If I could, I would have went back a long time ago and changed my life around. But I couldn't. So that's why I said I don't have no regrets. I'm happy that my daughter's 18 years old. I'm happy I got a place to stay. I'm happy that I'm breathing. I'm happy that my heart is beating, but my heart is not beating as normal, but it's beating. I mean, I'm happy that I can learn about things that I have not learned before. My father just passed away, but my dad was actually learning about shit that I liked, and I didn't even know. And my uncle. I didn't even know that my dad was learning the stuff that I like. That he was interested in stuff that I like. And now I'm going up here watching these videos that my dad was watching. Or he was into. Because now I learned that history for me is something that's going to be a pastime for me. And I love it. That's why I like to be by myself. Regardless if I have somebody with me, I'd rather have a friends with benefits, or I'd rather have a best friend as a female. Because that's what I really want, is a best friend as a female. Because I can hang out with her, we can do things together. I don't even give a fuck she got a boyfriend. Long as we can hang out with each other, chill with each other, learn about each other, because you never know. Things might work differently in the future. But right now, I just want friends. And I'd rather have that than have somebody in my life that's going to make me fucking miserable. And I'm not going to let nobody ever do that shit to me again, make me miserable again. I'd rather be alone than being with somebody that's going to sit up there and argue and fight with me and try to make me unhappy because they fucking not happy. I'm done with that shit. I've been through so many relationships in my past to say, you know what? That's done. This is the new me. That old me is done. That's why I'm not in a relationship. Been single for 5 years. That old shit is done. That relationship shit is done for me for now. Until I get myself straightened out, loving my, fixing myself, then I'll probably try. But it might not even be at all I'll be in a relationship. I can have friends try to hook me up. I'm good. I have friends say, yo, man, you should try to holler at her. I say, what? I'm gonna get some ass? That's all the reason why I'm hollering at her, because I'm trying to get some loving. I ain't trying to get anything else out of her. I'm not putting no wedding ring on her finger. We're not gonna be in a relationship with each other. I'm just trying to get something I can get out of it. I'm trying to get it quit, whatever. That's all I'm doing. Because I have females on dating sites ask me why I'm single. It says it on my profile. I'm not rushing into finding love. I'm not rushing to do that. I did that too many times all my life. I've been rushing to try to find love and trying to be with somebody to love me. I'm not doing that shit no more. It's done and over with. I mean, I don't give a fuck how bad a chick is, because that don't impress me anymore. Bad chicks don't impress me no more. You know what I mean? It doesn't. I mess with a lot of bad chicks in my life, and I look back and say, why did that impress me? That don't even impress me anymore. It don't. Women that has all this fucking shit going for them, that don't impress me either. I love a woman with a personality. That impresses me more than anything else, is a woman with a badass personality that loves to laugh, that can make me laugh. A woman that can actually hold a conversation without us arguing about something. She can debate, I can debate. I love a woman that can debate. I love women that debate. I love women that's into sports. Most definitely football. That's a keeper. If I find a woman that loves football, like my ex-girlfriend Denise, that was a big football fan, that's a keeper. But it wouldn't be a relationship thing. It'll probably be a friendship thing. Like, because I have a lot of reasons why I'm single, but I can't get into all that. I just want black males to stop doing this, and black females stop doing this. We need to stop this fight. The white man loves this shit. The white man loves that we're fighting with each other, arguing with each other, calling each other names. How black men are calling women all types of B's and H's and W's. That's the reason why the white man's sitting up there enjoying every single bit of that shit. They're the ones that's causing us to fight each other and argue with each other. They're the ones that's starting that shit. They're making all these stories about black women to make black men actually believe that shit. Like, they posted all these things on websites showing women twerking and shit, shaking their ass on the camera, and men are actually getting pissed off about these women shaking their asses on camera all the time. And men are really getting sick and tired of OnlyFans sites and shit. Men are getting sick and tired of that. But women are getting sick and tired of men because men just don't appreciate or respect women anymore. That's what women are getting sick and tired of the disrespect that men are giving the women. So we're both are fighting with each other for no fucking apparent reason. See, the thing is, people don't like me because I am so fucking real and blunt, and I don't give a flying fuck what way people think about me. I just don't. Because this is the reason why we don't have freedom of speech anymore. This is why everything is censored. And people that wants to speak out on things, people laugh at them, people say disrespectful things to them, or they're ignorant to them because people have their own views on things that's going on in the world. I am not fucking blind. I see shit. I'm blind, but I still can see shit even if I'm fucking blind. This shit has been going on for too much that people are fighting over people that have their own opinions about what's going on in the world. Now I understand you have the right to your opinion, but I have the right to mine. If you want to laugh at me, call me names, do all that shit, I don't give a flying fuck. Because you know why? You're part of the fucking problem. You're fucking part of the fucking problem. That's the reason why you're laughing and giggling and writing nasty ass posts to me and shit like that, because y'all fucking part of the problem. Because y'all hate that when somebody coming out there and speaking up, y'all hate that shit. You want everybody to be fucking quiet. You want everybody to pretend like everything the fuck is all right in the year 2022. Which everything is fucking falling apart around us. We're just like Rome. We're falling apart. Our country is going to actually fall pretty soon. I mean, everybody hates everybody. There's racism throughout this whole country. It's murder and mayhem and riots and homelessness. And the economy is trash. And everybody doesn't have health care, child care. Everything is fucking falling apart for the fucking, the poor, the middle class, and the homeless. While the rich is getting richer, the poor and the middle class is getting poor. And we're laughing and fighting with each other while these motherfucking rich motherfuckers making all this fucking money over our heads. Taking our tax money, taking our treasury, spending their money on the most dumbest shit. And we're up there fighting with each other over words that we say. We're laughing at each other. We're giggling at each other. We hate each other. We despise each other. This is what's supposed to be black people's chances to actually step up. And we're falling back down. And this is what we do to each other. This is what we fucking do to each other. This is the reason why this country is fucking falling apart, and black people are falling apart with this fucking country. This is what black people do. Attack each other. Just because somebody has their views on what's going on in the world. Why is that so fucking wrong? If I'm wrong, okay. But if I'm speaking my own opinion, which I have the freedom to do, what gives you the right to say that I'm wrong? And just because you can't give me your opinion. Give me your fucking opinion. Tell me how you feel. And let's see if I agree to disagree. Without you calling me names. Without you disrespecting me on my fucking comments. I just want people to hear what I gotta say. I'm not trying to tell you to look at my page. I ain't telling you to read my page. I ain't telling you none of that shit. I'm not telling you to watch my video. Just fucking listen. And if you don't like what I say, put it down in the comments. But be respectful. Because I'm going to be respectful to you and come back and tell you how I feel about what you said. And it might be something that you might not want to hear, but I appreciate your comment. But it's fucked up that people laugh at people. For what? Why do people hate other people's opinion? We had, in the past, opinions did not matter to people in the past. Now opinions do because of social media. It's fucked up. You can have a conversation with anybody in the past and they will give you their direct opinion. And you would disagree to agree to a disagree. Now people make comments and posts about whatever going on in the United States or around the world. People get an attitude. People start talking bad about people. People start writing nasty ass comments. People be talking about people's family. People be talking about the person. It has nothing to do with the conversation or the debate. You got people up there just don't like people. And it's terrible. And it's terrible because I don't understand. The government doesn't care nothing about us. And I speak that out, but everybody telling me, why don't I be quiet? So you gonna let these motherfuckers just take everything from us? They already doing it as it is, and they're throwing it right in our faces. You know what I mean? And y'all don't care. All y'all care about is money, diamonds, pearls, and all this other kind of shit, and cars and houses. That's all y'all care about. Y'all don't care about what they're going to do to us. Like they did to these other countries. We're next. That's it. This is the reason why they're doing all these things. They're making us fight each other. They're making us hate each other because this is what they want us to do. And all people do is sit up there and say, why are people up here making videos and complaining? Well, number one, I'm not going to let this motherfucking government take control of my life when my life is supposed to be my life. And I'm supposed to have freedom. This is what this country is supposed to be. It's what they fought wars for. This is why they sign all these motherfucking documents. Like the Declaration of Independence. And all these different documents. They sign all these documents for our freedom, right? So why the fuck, when we get these freedoms and all these fucking rights, everybody fucking doesn't want to use them. And everybody doesn't want them to use them. No, you don't have the right to freedom of speech. No, you don't have the right to care. No, you don't have none of that shit. No, don't follow the rules of the Declaration of Independence. Don't follow the rules of that, the Constitution. Don't follow them rules. Don't follow that. Just sit here and we don't give a fuck about your opinion. But we do give a fuck about the opinions of these rich motherfucking celebrities' opinions. We care about these athletes' opinions. We care about the president's opinions. We care about the government's opinions. And we care about all these rich motherfuckers' opinions. That's what we care about. Not the average person that's trying to put a video out to talk about things that's going on with us as poor Americans that's living in a country that barely have food and water, that barely have any type of insurance. We're paying high rates in houses, cars, and gas. Everybody's paying high shit. People can't find jobs. The economy is trash. But we are fighting we're fighting with each other over an opinion. Why these motherfuckers are doing anything they fucking want to us. But you know what? That's cool though. The slave always tries to please the slave master. So that's what y'all gonna do. Is y'all gonna constantly please y'all slave master. And we're talking about we have a dream or we're free. No, we're not. No, we're not. Stop that shit. Because you know why we're not free? Because American people is keeping the American people as slaves. And I always blame the government. I say it's not the government really too much. It's really us. We're the ones that's not actually supporting each other. We're out here going against each other while the government and the rich people are supporting each other. They're building these monumental places underground so they can live and we can die. They're trying to leave us down here while they go into space. They're trying to go to Mars by the year 2030. And we're sitting down here while all them pack their shit up and take all the food, all the water, all our resources to Mars. All our seeds, everything that we are supposed to survive off of, they're going to take that shit to Mars. And we're all going to sit here and die. Because we never supported ourselves. We never got up and protested out there and went out there and walked down to the White House and say, we need y'all to get your asses out that White House. We need to talk to y'all real quick. We didn't do that. Because even if we did do it, people are afraid to actually go out there and protest because they're afraid they're going to lose everything. They're going to lose their house. They're going to lose their car. They're going to lose all the stuff that they work hard for. But they're really going to lose their lives. Materials, I guess material is more important than your life. You'll fight for material, but you won't fight for your own survival. And that's the problem with us as human beings. We don't fight for our survival. We let the motherfuckers control our survival. We won't let them kill us and murder us and get rid of us, depopulate us, so they can have a better life for themselves. So they continue to be rich. So once they take down the population, then it's easier for them to control the population. They can't control the population with 329 million people. They can't control us. But once they shrink it down to 50 million, they can control the population. They can easily control it. But we are not going out there doing nothing. So we just bitch at each other, laugh at each other, fight with each other, tell each other we don't know what the fuck we talking about. We are learning all the stupid shit, listening to the dumbest music, buying the dumbest shit, spending our money on shit that we don't need. And next thing you know, these motherfuckers are sitting up here like, told you, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about themselves. So we're going to keep on fucking putting them deeper, deeper in a debt. We're going to keep on putting deeper, deeper in a hole so they can't get out of it. We're going to keep on raising up taxes. We're going to keep on raising up housing. We're going to keep on raising up cars, gas. We're going to keep on raising that shit because they ain't fucking fighting for that shit. People ain't protesting for gas. When do you see a person go out there and start protesting for the gas hike? I don't see nobody out there protesting. You only see them out there protesting for abortion. You don't see them protesting for higher house wages. You don't see them protesting for that. You don't see them protesting for, they used to protest a long time ago when my mom was doing it. They were protesting for higher wages. They stopped doing that shit. They stopped protesting for higher wages. They just stopped because they thought they were never going to get it. But now they say they're going to give it up. I don't really think they're going to give it up. They're going to have some type of way that you have to get it by working a certain job to get that shit. Or you have certain type of education to get that. Because they ain't going to give you minimum. They don't have to raise the raise hike to give you money. And they want something from you. But this is how they keep control over us, man. This is how they keep control, keep us in this box, the Pandora box, and we just sit there. And sit there and sit there and sit there while these motherfuckers are up there marching around us and doing all this stuff to us. Taking every black person out their homes and buying up their homes and telling them to go the fuck somewhere else. And you know black people are not going to be able to go to suburb neighborhoods pretty soon. We won't be able to live in the suburbs anymore. We're going to have to move out of the country. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get black people out the fucking country. They're not trying to move them into any other states. They're trying to get us out the country. They're buying up a lot of property around these neighborhoods. They say they're building colleges. No, they're not. They're bringing white people back into black neighborhoods. They're doing it around here in Philadelphia. They're doing it right here in Philadelphia, right in front of our faces. They're buying up all the property around Philadelphia, and they're telling black people to get the fuck out of here. And black people are taking that check because they never seen that much money before, and they're just going off somewhere. But that's their mother's house. That's their grandmother's house. That's their great-grandmother's house. But they don't care. As long as they get a check, they leave. We don't care what it is. We don't care about how much money it is. Is it a check we're leaving? And then we go somewhere else, they're going to kick us out. Because they're going to tell you to leave because these motherfuckers now, they want to buy out black property. A lot of entrepreneurs are seeing that black neighborhoods is money. And we ain't doing nothing by buying our own property. This is worth money. All this motherfucking Philadelphia property is worth money. They give this shit away. They want us to buy up this property. But black people don't buy up shit. They got big ass lots all over the place. Not one black person owns these lots. You got these white motherfuckers owning the lots. Because you know why? I used to work for an owner that owns a lot of property in West Philly. No, in Southwest Philly. Owns a lot of property that black people don't buy up. Empty lots, abandoned houses, parking lots, stuff that black people can buy and have the white man pay to rent on their property. But we don't do that. We go to the store and buy some nice Gucci ass pants or some sneakers. The trillions of dollars that they making off of us, they've been doing ever since our ancestors were slaves until now. We are still giving them money. We're still working for them. Only reason why we're not called slaves because we're getting money. Our ancestors were slaves working for free, making them billions of dollars off of cotton. And only reason why we are working because we promised once we were freed, we will work. And they say they'll give us a wage, but the wage that they gave us is still minimum wage. And it has to do with your education either. I know people that have some higher education still working at McDonald's. I know people that have higher education that my mom used to work with were architects, doctors, and they were homeless. It doesn't matter how much education you got. There's people that are homeless that have higher education than a lot of motherfucking people out here this very day. It's just that they just can't get a job because they're too overqualified. They're the ones that are working at McDonald's. They sit there and tell you, yeah, man, I got a doctorate. I used to be a dentist. Why you working here? Can't get a job in the market no more because I'm overqualified. I got too many degrees. So what was the degrees for? You can't even get a job. That's what Musk was saying. Why do we have degrees? Musk said that you shouldn't be able to get a job. You should be able to get a job without a degree. He said that shit. He said you should. Not the higher paying jobs, but any job that has money connected to it, you should be able to get hired. Because a lot of labor jobs, you need a degree to be a labor job. It's like, how the fuck you need a degree to get a labor job? All you do is pick up a fucking box and move it to another spot. Well, you gotta learn how far you gotta move the box. Okay, I gotta move it 1 inch minus 2. Okay, bet. 2 inches. What the fuck do I need that for? But they said they don't need, you don't need, a lot of jobs don't need degrees. He said this is Musk. This is a billionaire saying that. And he got in a big ass argument with Bill Gates over that. But see, the reason why they don't want to make us rich, because they can't control us. And we're going to buy up land. So to keep us from buying up land, they keep on making us work check to check. So we won't buy up land, like lots of it. Be like they did back when slaves were free. Black people were buying up lots of land. Lots of it. Especially they were into the stock market. So basically when they were in the stock market, they were making so much motherfucking money. They were just buying up so much property. And they started building shit on these properties like black schools, black hospitals, black police stations, black fire stations. They were building everything that was black until the white man came there to destroy it. But they were making so much money. But what happened? Why did we stop doing that? Why? What happened to Tulsa? Why didn't we continue what Tulsa had done for the black people when they actually had black people working for each other? Black owners, black owned banks, black owned hospitals, black owned schools. We don't even have black owned libraries. We don't have black owned banks. We don't have black owned hospitals. We don't have nothing that's black owned except these companies that don't, these little small companies that really don't make a lot of money and they actually disappeared during the pandemic. Like when BET was owned by all black family, that was sold to a white company. Just like Popeyes. Popeye was owned by a black company. Guess who? A black family. Guess who bought that out? The white family. A white family bought that out. Johnson & Johnson, the only black billion-dollar company, was bought out by a white company. Black people don't keep shit. Because we don't know how to keep anything. Because we don't know how to keep things because we let these white motherfuckers come in and say, we're going to teach you how to keep your business. And they be like, watch, we're going to buy this business. We're going to buy his business. We're going to sneak it. We're going to buy his business. So these black companies were bringing these white banks in, and these white banks are buying the companies that they fucking own. And give them a check and tell them to get the fuck out. And this is what's been going on ever since Tulsa. This is why black people don't own shit. I'm not talking about Michael Jordan. I'm not talking about Oprah Winfrey. I'm not talking about any of them motherfuckers. I'm talking about normal black people that should be able to buy up property all around the hood because black people don't like the hood for some reason. Like, this hood is worth money. Property, all this property is money. This is probably millions of dollars of property all over the place. The white motherfuckers be seeing that shit. Yeah, there's some dollars right there. See, them black motherfuckers don't know nothing about. That's money right there. We don't know it's money. They know it's money. That's the reason why they're buying out the black properties and getting us out of here so they can use that to bring the white people in and bring white businesses into the country, back into these areas, which is no white companies around here. The only white company is around here that really is actually a white company is you got the bank over here at you got we call bank down there. I forgot what the bank's called. You got the fuck is that bank called? Damn, I got the bank card right here. You have what's that bank? I got my card right here. Oh, you got Citizen Bank over here, and you got motherfucking over here, you got Fresh Grocer. Black people have to leave to go to the suburbs to go and get food. Not in their own black neighborhood. We have no supermarkets. We have no hospitals that are own black hospitals. We don't have no fire department that's black. We don't have nothing except people that came from other parts of the country into this area and brought out everything. This is the reason why they're trying to get rid of black people out there, because they try to build this back into what it was back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, when it was an all-white neighborhood. West Philly was an all-white neighborhood at one point. And they want that back. This used to be suburbs. They want this shit back. And they're kicking people out. And I blame us for that. Because we shouldn't allow them to be knocking on our door, putting notes in the door saying, we want to buy your property. They're doing that shit. They're walking around putting that shit in people's doors saying, I'm going to buy your property. Because they're buying up people's properties. And once they buy it up, they give it to the bank. So the bank can resell it back to the people that needs a house. And guess who's going to be walking down them streets? It's going to be the white motherfuckers, because the people that they're trying to make buy the property is the white people, not the black people, because black people, they make it hard for black people to buy homes. If a black person can have good credit, a black person can have a good job, he still has a problem getting a house. Sometimes they gotta ask one of their friends to come with them so they can help them get a house, and it'll be a white guy or a white woman. Or to help sell their house, they gotta bring a white guy to actually pretend like they live in their house, to help them sell their house. Because they won't buy it. Because a black family lives in there. That's some crazy shit. And you're happy about that shit? You really are happy about that shit? About us black people can't even get a house. Can't be happy to walk into a white neighborhood and be happy without them looking at us and calling the cops on us because they say that we are doing something that we're not doing. We're just taking our bags into our fucking house, and they got the cops sitting outside of the house, and they're fucking calling it from their window, looking out their window, calling the cops on us. So how do black people want to move in a white neighborhood? They treat you like trash. My daughter said what white people treat, they watch her. And I said, man, my mom's white, and they still watch me. I said, that's bad. You want to move? I said, black people need to stay in their own lane. Because they're going to not want you in their area. Racism still exists, and it's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. Everybody wants to move to the suburbs, move to these nice houses. They don't want no black people there. They don't want no black people in those suburbs. This is the reason why I was like, why can't we make our own hood suburb look like? Why can't we make these, you know what I mean? Why can't we make, I'm trying to tell you, if we had our suburb, I bet you a lot of these kids won't be acting the way they fucking do. Like, if we had a suburbs looking houses like they do in a lot of areas down in North Philly, like, why can't we have this here? Why can't we build up our own neighborhood to make it look nice for us not to move out of our neighborhood and go to fuck somewhere else and live where we're being watched every day by people that don't want us there? They're pretending to be our friends. Hi, neighbor. Yo, I saw her last night. She was up there talking to some guy last night. She's cheating on her husband. It's like they be peeping out their window. I lived in white neighborhoods before, and they fuck with you. They fuck with you. They watch you. I used to live in Bryn Mawr County in a rich neighborhood. Them motherfuckers used to be driving slow down the street when you're crossing the street. They slow the fuck down and look through their rearview mirror at you. Cops be up there slowing down when you're walking down the street when you're by yourself. And you live in the damn neighborhood. Because I used to live with my daughter and mother down in Bryn Mawr County. And she was going to school. And I used to see motherfucking rich athletes and everything down there. And them cops used to slow the fuck down. I used to walk down the street. They used to slow down and look at me. I'm like, see, what the fuck? I can't even walk down the street without a cop looking at me and thinking I'm about to rob the whole fucking block up. Because that's what they treat you. They pretend like they're your friends so they could actually tell you that you are a fucking NIGEGA. They make jokes about you. I've been all around it. When I lived up with my daughter mom in Northeast Philadelphia. Walked down the street with my daughter. They said my daughter wasn't mine. I was walking with my daughter and my daughter mom. They said, hey, that child is not yours. That hurt me like a motherfucker. Like, how can somebody fucking say that to me when I'm walking with my daughter mom right here and they say that child is not mine? That hurt the living hell out of me. And I'm like, God damn. I thought it would never happen to me, but it did. I had people on the block. I had a next door neighbor that didn't like black people. Like, she was like really mean to my daughter. Racist. I had to cuss her out one time because she was so mean to my damn daughter. Like, it's real, dog. It's real, man. Like, If you never lived it, you never understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, we stay in the hood so much. I said, well, we should get ourselves out of the hood. But I think we should get ourselves out of the hood and out of this country. Like, we should go, like, somewhere that we're appreciated, man. And the only country I understand that we probably could be appreciated is probably where the country our ancestors came from. But we don't want to leave. We want to stay here and be treated like shit. People say, well, we don't have the money. Yeah, of course we don't have the money to leave. But we just get up and fucking leave. Whatever happens over there happens to us. Like, why sit here when we be fucking put through misery for the past 300 years? Misery, torture, rape, murder, lynching, James Crow. I mean, you got people dressing up as black people with big lips and, you know what I mean, doing movies on about us and shit like that. They're still doing that same thing. I remember Gucci did that. Tommy Hilfiger did it. But you know what? Black people still went shopping at their stores. It didn't matter to them. Racism to them is funny. They don't know the true power of racism is really bad. And it's getting worse because people are getting bold because they have social media now. And social media is an outlet to the world to make black people look like we should not even be here. We should have got up and left a long time ago anyway. I still don't understand why black people didn't save their money and leave this fucking country and find an island somewhere off the coast of Africa or South America or off the coast of Australia, like New Zealand or something, and we could start our own utopia. I don't know why black people haven't done that. We just got stuck here. We should have left a long fucking time ago off this country. We should have left. Should have packed every black person should have packed their fucking bag and left slowly. White people can't survive without black people, dog. They can't make money without us. They can't do nothing without us. Just imagine this country without black people. How will this country look? It's not going to look like this. This country's never going to look like this. Hell no. Just imagine we were still in Africa. And how Africa would look. Africa would look way better than fucking this country. If black people all stayed, we were never slaves. Our ancestors were never slaves. Africa would have probably been a perfect civilization. Or we probably would have left Africa and went somewhere else and lived on another island somewhere. Another utopia that was filled with blacks. But we don't know how to do that shit. We don't know how to live with each other amongst each other anyway. We can't even live in a fucking neighborhood together. How the fuck are we gonna live on an island together? Probably end up killing each other. Because we still are warriors and we're still savages of our, not savages, we're still warriors, we still have that warrior instinct. So we have that survival instinct, but we don't use it. We don't know how to use the survival instincts that we have. This is the reason why we're still slaves. Because our ancestors fought not to be slaves. But we don't fight to keep us from being slaves. And which we still are. And black people don't believe that. Black people think they're living in this heavenly utopia of an island, you know, with all this great shit. You know what I mean? And which we're not living in prosperity. We're not living in peace. Our mule, what was it? Our mule, our land and mule. We didn't get that shit. We didn't get no land and mule. All we got was just racism, hatred, and everything else that we got ever since we've been freed. I mean, what was the point? Black people ain't gonna fight their slave master.